Happy birthday, Sonic. Now, I'm fully aware that Sonic's birthday is on June 23rd, 1991, and I do know today is definitely not June 23rd. And trust me, it's not because I have a life or I'm in the transition of moving or whatever. I'm just a terrible friend. So I thought to celebrate Sonic's 30th anniversary, and also celebrate the fact that I got to master some music, I decided it'd be best if I do this again. Make another tier list, because you guys seem to really like that. So today, this tier list is all about ranking the classic Sonic games from the Genesis games. That's Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, and even Dr. Robotnik's Bean Machine, because why not? I also thought about throwing in Sonic CD into that to make the whole classic trifecta, but then I had to think about all the variants that go into each track, you know, the past, the present, and the good future, and the bad future. I didn't even think about the bad future. And that's not even mentioning the fact that there's a US and a Japanese version of the soundtracks, which all of it adds up to at least 50 songs, to add to the already 56 songs that I have to go through. No! I'll make a separate video about Sonic CD, but I'm not covering it here. I mean, the Symphony didn't cover Sonic CD besides the one song, why should I? Now with that, there are a couple more rules that I'm adding to this to make things more simple for me so I don't end up recording for 3 hours. First and foremost, I'm basically going to be combining the 2 acts of a song, mainly for Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic 3D Blast. I'm going to be combining those 2 acts into one entry. Mainly because I can't see myself liking one act more than the other to the point where I'm ranking them in very different places on the tier list. The only exception to that rule is with Lava Reef Zone, but that's because the Act 2 is used in a completely separate stage, Hidden Palace Zone, so do with that with what you will. Also, I'm going to be only reviewing the Genesis version of Sonic 3D Blast, because I have to draw the line somewhere. So I guess with all that said, put on your earphones and let's get ready to listen to some Sonic music. So to start off with, I named the tiers just like last time. The names are different. I could have just reused the vocal track ones, but this is kind of an entirely different circumstance for the last one. First one we have is the top tier, Earworm. This is self-explanatory, S tier. Great song. I love listening to it. I can hear it in my head, and it's like it's a bop. I can't get it out of my head once I hear it. Below that is the A rank, classics. Not exactly earworm territory, but it's quintessential Sonic. When I think of classic Sonic games, I think of this song. B tier is Study and Relax. Basically, I put this on my Spotify playlist, or YouTube playlist, depending on where you get your music from. Below that is C tier. Cool, I guess. And then at the very bottom for F tier, we have... That tier is dedicated to my friend Xena because that's the only thing she seems to say to me nowadays, apparently. Love you. Alright, so now that we've got the rules covered, I know the tier list. Now that you know that I'm going to be looking over here to a look at the tier list, because that's where the screen is at. Ignore this screen. The screen is not for you. But now that we got all that covered, let's get started with Sonic 1. Now, the first Sonic game I ever played was Sonic Mega Collection Plus. And the first game that's on there is Sonic 1. So technically, you could say that Sonic 1 was the first Sonic game I ever played. It's cool, it's great, I could get through it. It's just my least favorite to get through. But it's still pretty good, in my opinion. Then again, I haven't played that game in like 7 years, so what do I know? Anyway, first off is Green Hill Zone. Honestly, with a Green Hill, I feel like I have to put this in classic. No matter how oversaturated it may be nowadays, it's still a bop. It's oversaturated for a reason. It's just a classic. When you think Sonic, you think Green Hill Zone. Also, I just realized what's fun about this list is that I don't really have to look it up much. I have this computer back there just in case I need to look it up, but I don't, because generally I have them right in my head. One would argue I don't even need headphones for this. Marble Zone. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about it yet. Like, the level itself is good, but I'm looking at the music itself, and I'm just judging the music as the music. I'm not necessarily taking the stage that it's in into consideration. With that said, gut feeling saying it's a study relax, but it's a low study relax. I would put it on my playlist. I put it on my playlist. Bring Your Zone. Honestly, I think it's an earworm. I just love the jazz aesthetic that goes into it. And I just feel like it's very boppable. It's very earworm. I can hear it in my head right now, and it's making my head bop, even though there's nothing playing. Like, there's something playing for you, obviously, because I edited the music in, but there's nothing for me. It's just silence. But yeah, this is an earworm. Don't at me. This is a classic listen to put on my playlist. Now, Starlight, on the other hand, it's a low classic because it is quintessential Sonic, and just the tone in and of itself is just really pretty. I especially love remixes of this track because people, I don't know if you've noticed, but the Sonic community is super creative, especially musicians. I don't think the musicians, like the people who remix and make remixes for these songs, get enough credit. Scrap Rate Zone. I mean, it's cool, I guess. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not an ill. It's definitely not an ill. But it's like, I wouldn't put this on my playlist. It's definitely not something that's super classic to me. The boss fight from Sonic 1. You can tell because I have the parentheses that says 1, so I can differentiate the different boss fights. This song is very daunting, but it's actually my least favorite of the ones. I think I'm comfortable in saying that it's better than Scrap Brain. But it's like, it's not a playlistable thing. I know, it's weird. It looks like I'm ranking these songs based on what I listen to these on my playlist. Final Zone. Yeah, I think it's worse than Scrap Brain. In terms of like what it's aiming to do, I think it does a great job in that. It's just not an earworm. It just doesn't hook me personally. But with that, we're already done with Sonic 1. And I would say personally, Sonic 1's soundtrack is pretty mid. If you watch the Sonic Symphony, the first song, which is the Sonic 1 melody, is amazing. It made the songs that I don't even like all that much, and it made it really good. So this sidetrack is iconic. I don't want to disrespect it, but it is one of the weaker ones. So I guess if I had to rank the soundtrack, because I'm just going to rank them now, that wasn't a rule before, but that is a rule now. But I think I would rank the soundtrack as a B-. Overall, good composition. I think they fit the stage they're in and they fit the feel that they're going for. It's just not catchy. It's just like, it's definitely on the lower end of Sonic music to me. But with that said, let's move on to Sonic 2. Now, I definitely like Sonic 2 more than Sonic 1. I think Sonic 2 definitely improves on the few problems I had with Sonic 1. Mainly that there was a lot of waiting and that there wasn't an easy way to get over hills once you lose your momentum. Like, I felt like not memorizing the stage was too punishing in Sonic 1. But in Sonic 2, they rectified that with the spin dash and the fact that they introduced tails. And they have more stages, more variety of stages, despite the fact that each stage is only 2 acts now. You know, with some notable exceptions. Unfortunately, I don't think I ever beat this game all the way through with collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds without using save states, particularly in Sonic Mega Collection Plus. Because that final boss is hard, and getting the Chaos Emeralds is hard, even though it's very possible for you to get all 7 within the first level, which we're going to talk about right now, Emerald Hill. Emerald Hill is definitely a classic to me, but is it better than Green Hill is the question. I'm gonna say yes. Honestly, for me, Emerald Hill perfectly emphasizes how much of a leap Sonic 2 is from Sonic 1, and the fact that Emerald Hill is a big leap from Green Hill. Even though they're both really good, they're both really good entry stages, Emerald Hill just does a lot more, both in gameplay and in its music, than Green Hill. That just makes it so much better to me. With that said, it's got nothing on Chemical Plant. Chemical Plant is the GOAT. Like, come on, dude. It's like the different melodies and the counter melodies, and then like how they clash together to make these interesting intervals just, oh. Now, Aquatic Ruin, on the other hand, I actually don't remember how it goes. Time for me to go to my handy dandy secret computer that you're not allowed to look at and remember what it sounds like. Yeah, okay. I'm so happy I forgot this song so I could experience how good it is. I forgot that it has such a Latin inspired beat behind it. It's so good, dude. I love how dynamic it is. I love how the B section, the later section, is so much different from the A section, the beginning section, to the point where it's just always interesting to listen to. I can listen to this loop forever, honestly. Honestly, this is definitely an earworm. And it may be because of the shock, but it's better than Chemical Planet to me. Casino Night, on the other hand, is kind of mid. I'd put it on my soundtrack. It's better than Marble Zone. Is it better than Labyrinth? Oh no, it looks like he's stuck. Quickly, vote with your hearts. Which one's better so we can get on with this dog dang video. Stop texting me, Mom. I'm in the middle of recording. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the jury's back in with the votes. And you voted at home with your hearts. I can hear your hearts talking to me right now. And we all decided that Casino's Night Zone is better than Labyrinth Zone, musically speaking, because it just has a little bit more going on. And also, that's what I feel in my heart that you were saying. If that's not what you were saying, well, maybe you should get your heart checked. Hilltop Zone. Mystic Cave Zone. Okay, I have to put this in earworm. And the reason why I put it on here is just because I love the beat and I love the track so much that I actually put it in a WarioWare DIY. I actually remade the song in it. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you. I'll be back. Alright, without further ado, Mystic Caves composed by me. Yeah! Anyway, next up is Oil Ocean. I honestly think Oil Ocean is it's a really good song. Is it better than Emerald Hill? I would say it is. So we're gonna put it at the top of classics. It's not exactly earworm, but it's definitely a classic. It's when I think Sonic, I think about deforestation and the fact that we have a lot of oil in our ocean. Remember that oil spill? I do. I was alive when that was happening. But yeah, Oil Ocean, great song. A song that is not so great to me is Metropolis. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't remember how it goes. Oh, I remember. I hate it. I think this is my first ew. I don't like this song. I don't like this stage. But I'm trying to make sure I take the stage. Just take the stage and yeet it to the next dimension. Because that is not the point. I'm just looking at the music. And the music is just very bland. I don't like the music. I just don't like it. It's not even cool, I guess. It's garbage. Very much unlike Sky Chase, which is definitely a good study relax. I wouldn't say it's a classic, but I think it's just the way it just replicates me floating in clouds with how spaced out the notes is and how minimalistic the percussion and the bass is. It just gives me the image like I'm floating on clouds. It doesn't do great in the game because in the game it's supposed to be a chase, like you're chasing after something. But in the game it just feels like I'm just floating on clouds, just having a great old grand time. Next up is Wing Fortress. It's not an ill, but it's definitely mid. I think it's worse than Final Zone. It's very bombastic. It is really cool. It's just not something I'll put on my playlist. I'm ranking these based on if I put it on my playlist or not. Have you not been paying attention? Next is the music from Death Egg. Number 2. I wouldn't put this on my playlist per se, but I want to give it respect. So I'll put it below Marble Zone in Study Relax. I would listen to a remix. I'll put it like that. But I already know a remix of this song. And I would not put this on my playlist, so. Okay, I changed my mind. You're definitely a high cool, I guess. The Sonic 2 regular boss music. This is an earworm. This is the best boss music of the classic trilogy. I don't care what anybody says, don't at me. I'm gonna put this above Spring Yard, but below Mystic Cave. I think that's the best way to do it. It's just a really good song. It's the song I think of when I think Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik or whatever. Which brings me to the final boss music when you're fighting that doggone Death Fate robot with 0 rings. When collecting all the Chaos Emeralds, at that point, doesn't matter because you can't activate class, Supersonic and cheese it. You have to beat it. You have to hit it 8 times without getting hit once. And I just can't do it. Not without a save state. I can't. Anyway, the song's just really good. It definitely conveys that this is the last level. This is your moment. This is the ultimate showdown between Sonic and Eggman. And I think it's worthy of being considered a classic. I'd consider it more of a classic than Oil Ocean, in my opinion. And yes, I'd put it on my playlist. Have you ever tried washing the dishes with boss music? It makes you feel alive. Alright, so we finished ranking Sonic 2 soundtrack. Overall, if I had to rank it, I'd give it an A-. Only reason I'm giving it an A- is for 3 reasons. Number 1, Wing Fortress. Number 2, Hilltop. Number 3, Metropolis. A lot of its highs are really high, but its lows are... Anyway, what's next is possibly the pinnacle of 2D Sonic, if we pretend Mania doesn't exist. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. First off, I refuse to acknowledge Sonic and Knuckles as its own separate entity. When I say Sonic 3, I'm talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because they're both one game. They're just 2 halves of the same coin, because you split a coin in half. If you ever had a chocolate coin, you split that thing in half. You feel me? So the first thing to bring us into the Sonic 3 Bonanza is Angel Island. It is a classic. Honestly, I'd say it's not as good as Oil Ocean, but it's better than Emerald Hill. It's crazy that the third game honestly does things a lot better than the previous 2 games. Ugh. Anyway, next up is Hydrocity Zone, or Hydro City, if you're lame. Obviously, I have to put Hydrocity up in the higher echelons of Earworm. It's definitely better than Aquatic Ruins. It's honestly the best one out of this so far, based on what my memory serves, based on what I'm seeing all over here. It's the best one. Yeah, it's just the best one. Anyway, Marble Zone. It is a nice funky tune that I would definitely put on my playlist. I think I'm comfortable with that. It's a very mid song. Anyway, next up is... Do y'all hear that? It's Time the Clown. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. You get the idea. This is an earworm all the way. All the way. All the way? All the way. All the way. No, all the way. All the way. No, all the way. All the way. Anyway, next zone is Ice Cap Zone. As in, ice capping if you think I'm gonna put this anywhere else other than classics. And then there was Launch Base Zone. Okay, there's actually a little bit of backstory to this one. So for me, Launch Base is honestly the most iconic level for me personally. Because it was the hardest level. It took me a long time as a kid to get through. That was before I even realized that Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles were essentially the same game. But it's like, it took a lot of sweat. It took a lot of tears to get through that stage. It's actually the first time I feel like I ever persevered as a gamer. I know that kind of sounds dumb, but it's the truth. So, with that said, of course, you can tell that the music's also going to have an effect on me, because I heard it a lot. So, you already know this is going to be an earworm for me. I'm gonna lie, today I'm just a sucker for Latin, Euro-based beats, if that makes sense. Like Caribbean-based, Latin-based beats. I'm just a sucker for that today. What can I say? I don't think it's as good as Hype Night, if I had to compare the two. I think Heart of a Night beats out Lounge Bass. That doesn't feel right even saying that, never mind. And then after that is the Knuckles theme from Sonic 3. Because for some reason I somehow forgot that Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, Knuckles' theme is completely different. So this really just comes down to which theme do I prefer. Personally, I don't know how I feel about them. They're both study. They're both good in the study relax. I like Sonic 3's Knuckles because I'm just percussionist. I'm a sucker for beats. But I also like Knuckles' theme for Sonic and Knuckles because it has an actual melody. So I put Sonic and Knuckles on top simply because it has an actual melody. But just know, like, honestly, I can flip between the two. With that said, the Act 1 boss, that's another thing this game did that I really love. It added mini bosses, where you get a boss at the end of every act, practically. That was pretty amazing to me, because it always felt like I was accomplishing something. With that said, the Act 1 boss theme from Sonic 3 is definitely studied, but it's definitely high. It's above Sky Chase for me, because it built off of Knuckles' theme. In the game, narratively speaking, if you look at it in the game, it makes me think that Eggman and Knuckles are entwined with each other. Like, Knuckles is just a lackey of Eggman, which is probably what Sonic feels, because he's just as much a hindrance. It's just Act 1 boss from Eggman elaborates on that because it is a definite evil, while Knuckles' theme is a little more ambiguous. That's music theory and music interpretation for you. So with that said, we go on to the main boss fight music for Eggman, which I think is a classic. It is classic. It's I think it's better than Angel Island. I think it's better than Angel Island because it's a great theme music. I don't think it's as good as Sonic 2's boss fight music, but I do think it is a definitely, it's 100% definitely a staple. It's a classic. With that said, we now go into the final boss fight. Some would call this the Big Arms theme, because this was just the final boss of Sonic 3. Even though this wasn't meant to be the final boss, but you're not here for history, you're here for music. So, with that said, what do I think of the final boss music from Sonic 3? It's cool, I guess. Honestly, I think it's slightly overrated for me personally, but hey, if you love it, that's awesome. Oh, would you look at that? You guys have submitted your gamer coins to tell me to take a drink because I'm thirsty and you should always stay hydrated. So I'm going to drink off my official Sonic tumbler cup that I got from the Sega shop at sega.sonic.com. That's probably not the actual address. Just listen to whatever's below that. And I got this for like $20. Jealous? Yes, I am jealous, you handsome man, you. So jealous, in fact, I'm going to donate to charity! That's right, we're going to be doing charity shoutouts again. I stopped doing them and I stopped uploading a while ago because life, and now we're back to doing it. Shut up and cheer. Anyway, this month I want to support Oceana, or Oceana. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I want to support this charity because for some reason I keep talking about oil spills. What a weird running joke. This charity is dedicated to protecting our oceans from us. In addition to the crazy amount of pollution that we throw in there, we're also harming the marine wildlife in there, and that's no good. That's a reference to Sonic satire. Stop! Hey, jeez, not to be rude about it. Now, what's really cool about this charity is that in addition to, educating and, encouraging the public to do something about this, they also advocate to local governments to enact policies that will, do a wide variety of things for the oceans. Whether that's, cleaning up the 33 billion pounds of plastic in there, or doing more things such as, advocating for, or whether against, illegal fishing and poaching and things of that nature. If you want to do your part to help, go to oceana.org and figure out how you can help. And the best part is, it's not just donating. It's not just a money thing. You can also sign petitions and letters to Congress to implore them to act policies or just do something about this. So please, support this charity today or I'll pour salt over your laptop or your desktop or whatever. I don't know. I'm out of things to say. Let's get back to the video. Wow, that thing you just saw was pretty amazing, wasn't it? I felt pretty good about it. That makes me feel awesome, whatever I just put there. Anyway, moving on to the second half of Sonic 3, what some fools call Sonic and Knuckles, we have Mushroom Hill. Oh, what's that? Yeah, I forgot what it sounds like, so I'm looking it up real quick. Mind your business, give me a minute. Like, it's cool, I guess. It's honestly on the same wavelength as, like, Tailtop and Wing Fortress. It's like, it's cool. It gets points because it's very nostalgic for me. But that's about all it gets from me, if I'm being honest. It's nothing like Flying Battery! Oh! Wow! Sinopolis is an interesting stage to me because it's the stage that I got stuck on. Again, just like Launch Base, it was also a stage that I got stuck on a lot. The only difference between these two stages is that this one was not fun. Specifically, I got stuck in Act 2 because I couldn't figure out the slide thing. I just couldn't figure it out as a kid. Nowadays, I think I can get through it, but again, I haven't played these games in like 7 years. Anyway, we're not talking about stage, we're talking about the music. What do I think about the music? I think the music is really good. It's really good to me, honestly. It's an earworm. Honestly, yeah, I'd say it's an earworm. I would say it's better than Spring Yard. I would say it's better than boss fight number from Sonic 2. I don't think you're better than Mr. Caves. Yeah, no. I think it's perfect that we keep him right there in its cozy little spot where it is. Why are you crying? What you crying for? You're in the top spot. Stop crying. Sorry about that. You know, it's real hard being a parent sometimes. Lava Reef Zone. It's golden. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to possibly say about that? It's golden. I've, no joke, written an arrangement for a percussion ensemble for this specific song. It's super good. But yeah, I think it's at the top. Honestly, I do go back and forth between Hydrocity and Lava Reef. Oh, I'm sorry, Hydro City. Because I know someone's going to get annoyed because I know it's Hydro City. There is no S in it. It's no Hydrocity. But Hydrocity sounds really cool, and I like it. I know I'm wrong, but shut up. With that said, I feel like I have to put Hidden Palace up there with it for no other reason that it is basically Act 2 of Lava Reef Zone. They're just different zones. With that said, I'm going to bring it down a bit because it is different enough to make it its own thing. And in that case, I think it's lower than Launch Base, but better than Flying Battery. Next is Sky's Sanctuary. It is such a great song. It's a classic. I don't think it's an earworm, but it's definitely a classic. Better than Ice Cap, not as good as the final boss from Sonic 2. And then after Sky's Sanctuary, where you're going down the loop, which that's just an awesome set piece. I always loved that set piece. I played the level over and over just for that set piece. But after that, you jump onto the Death Egg, when you play this an actual stage. Oh, how does it go? Oh, it goes something like this. No. This song is poopy. It sucks. Yes, it does. I'm laughing, but the song is trash. Next up is the mini-boss music, or Act 1 boss from the second half of Sonic 3, also known as Sonic and Knuckles. I think I'm gonna put that in my study playlist. I think it's worse than Marble Garden. I think it's worse than Labyrinth, but it's better than Marble. I would definitely put this on my playlist. And then the last song of Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the final stage, Doomsday Zone. That is honestly a classic. It's better, to me, it's better than Sonic 2. Both in the fact that it's a boss fight, and also in its music. It's very halogenic, and I think it fits the theming even better. I think it fits it even more, honestly. Also, I forgot to mention it, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles is actually the first Sonic game I ever beat from beginning to end without any save states. Yes, unlike the other two, I beat this game legitimately. And it feels really good to say that. And I mean, I 100%. I got all the Chaos Emeralds, I got to see see it when they turned into Super Emeralds. I got all the Super Emeralds. I even somehow made it through the Xenopolis thing, even though it wasn't fun. But otherwise, yeah, I actually beat this from beginning to end. And hearing that music at the end got me so pumped. And I was on my last life with 5 rings left, I think. I was very low. I was about to run out. And then I did it. I beat him. I beat him fair and square. And that was awesome. Anyway, Sonic 3 Knuckles' soundtrack. Overall, it's a step above Sonic 2. I think I'll give this soundtrack an A+. No, I'll just give it an A. Mainly because of Mushroom Hill and a Death Egg. It's just, those 2 songs they're the only 2 songs that bring it down for me. Everything else elevates it. It brings Sonic music up. Also, it helps that it was also, co-composed by Michael Jackson. I have no idea what that situation is about. I never bothered to learn what it is. So anyway, that's it for the main series Genesis games. But what about the spin-offs? Well, the first spin-off we're going to look at today is Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Yeah, I'm just going to use this as a quick palate cleanser real quick. This won't take long. Alright, so unlike the other games, I don't really know the soundtrack of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually listen to them. And because I did stage music, I'm only listening to the stage music. Duh. Alright, so now that I have it pulled up, I'm going to listen to the songs. The way it's set up is that every set of 4 has a different theme, and then there's only 13 stages, so the last one is just with Dr. Robotnik, which it's its own theme in and of itself. I combined 1 through 8 because it's like a Act 1 and Act 2 thing. And by Act 1, Act 2, I mean levels 5 through 8 is just a faster version of levels 1 through 4. I actually prefer the faster one. But it's like the slower one is also, it's purposeful. So it's like, it's not a bad idea. I'm going to put it at okay, I guess. I'm going to put it kind of below Final Zone. Anyway, next up is stages 9 through 12 of the Mean Bean Machine. You see how those sound? Okay, it was good until like that last little part. It's like, I know you couldn't really see my face during that, but it's like, I was not having that build up part. But like everything else was pretty good. That's why I'm gonna put it at a low. Okay, I guess. It's almost ill, but honestly, it's like I kind of started to get into it a bit. Stage 13, Dr. Robotnik. It's you versus Dr. Robotnik. Like this video if you ever actually made it to that stage. I haven't. Oh, I got some in my arm! Okay, so that one's actually the best one of the group. I definitely like that one the best. It's a shame that that's the first time I ever actually heard it. It's not as good as the first boss fight music, but it's better than Scrap. I think I'm comfortable putting it there. Overall, that's basically the main stage music for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. This is a C-. Nothing really stands out. Nothing is considered classic to me. The only reason the first tune is a little more iconic to me than the rest is because I heard it over and over again. Because I thought that was the only song on that entire soundtrack. Like, of course, there's like songs and variations that go when you're winning or when you're losing or when someone's about to win and the game over. And those are pretty cool, but it's not enough. It's not enough to bring it above average. It's definitely a very C-y type of musical soundtrack. So anyway, next up on our list of spin-offs is Sonic 3D Blast. Now I'm saying that, I honestly don't know if this game is canon or not. It could go either way. I also know I talked a lot about this game, but I also feel like I haven't talked enough about this game because I really like this game. I think like years ago, like 5-6 years ago, jeez, it's been 6 years. But like that long ago, I made like a top 7 Sonic items list, and I put the items in this game as like number 2 because there's an item that is like the precursor to the homing attack, and it's really cool and awesome. And this game is really cool and awesome, and I just wish it got more love than it got. So with that said, let's go ahead and start ranking the stage music from 3D Blast. First up is Green Grove. Honestly, Green Grove Zone is a classic. It's a high-key classic. I think it's better than Emerald Kill. Not as good as Angel Island, in my opinion. When I think Sonic, this is one of the songs that I think of. And it's just a staple. Why am I explaining myself to you about why I like this song? I don't have to explain nothing to you. Rusty Ruins. Rusty Ruins is an earworm for me. I always loved this track. I always wanted to compose it, but it's hard putting it into sheet music for me. And by hard, I mean I haven't taken the time to actually do it. But it's really, again, right now I'm just a sucker for those, Latin type, ancient type beats. And it's just really good, especially Act 2. Act 2 was killer. Spring Stadium is also a really good track. It's better than Carnival Night, if we're being honest. What makes Spring Stadium for me as an earworm is not only the bounciness of it, but like in Act 2, it does this incredible thing where like one melody is playing off of one ear and another counter melody is playing on the other ear. So when you have one ear, you hear one side, it's like, why don't I hear the whole song? Oh! It's just a playful song, and I love it. Diamond Dust is just such a classic to me. I think it's better. Hold the phone, this just in. Is it better than Ice Cap? Am I capping right now? Yes, I am. It's not as good as Ice Cap. But it is better than Oral Ocean. Next is Volcano Valley Zone. It's not good enough to be a classic, but I'd still put it on my playlist. I don't remember how it goes, cause I cut it off before I could rank it. It's better than Labyrinth Zone. Yes. Personally, it's a little too simplistic for my taste. The bass line just doesn't do it for me personally, but I think it fits the stations, and it's definitely a lava reef. Anyway, enough talking nonsense. Gene Gadget. I didn't remember how that sounds like. These last stages, I'm just gonna be upfront with you, I don't remember how they sound. Y'all didn't tell me this was low-key a bop. This is high-key a bop and a half. This is a classic. This is obviously a classic. Not as good as Diamond Dust because I had to remember what it sounds like. But you know what? It's pretty good. It's better than Oral Ocean because I like technology better than Oral. Next is Panic Puppet. This song is pretty much really good. I know this song. This is the song that played when you're playing a Sonic Adventure and you're doing like the first act as Sonic for Trinkle Park. It's that song. At least that's Act 1. Act 2 is actually really different. I think I'd still put them in the same way where I put them in my playlist. I think it's better than Warble Zone. I think is it better than Labyrinth Zone? It's definitely better than Volcano Valley, which makes me wonder if Volcano Valley is rated high. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Panic Puppet, you're gonna go where Volcano Valley is. In Volcano Valley, you're gonna go below Labyrinth Zone. Because I don't know why I was dissing Labyrinth Zone. You may not be that great of a stage, but dang, you are such a good song. And then there's the boss fight music. In the Sega Genesis version, there are two versions of the music. Version 1, version 2. Version 1 is a classic. I would say it's below Oral Ocean. And number 2 is just cool, I guess. And then there's the final boss, which is like different. How does it sound again? Hold on. Okay, I listened to it. Definitely put it on my playlist. It's not as good as the Knuckles theme. It's definitely in the lower end of that. So that was Sonic 3D Blast. Overall, I think I would give this one an A. I kind of want to give it an A+. I kind of want to give it an A+. Like, the only thing that's kind of mid is the second version of the boss theme. And that's like one song out of how many bangers? Heck, a lot of the staples of of Sonic music that is used in Sonic Adventure 1 come from Sonic 3D Blast. Like, you have to pay respects to this soundtrack. This soundtrack is fire. This game is fire. Play this game, please. Anyway, with that said, you have the rankings of all these soundtracks, but there's still one more game from the Genesis era that we're going to take a look at, and that is Sonic Spinball. I've gotten to the final level of Sonic Spinball exactly one time. And I just don't have the patience to do that again. Well, that said, the music is fire. For example, Toxic Caves. I don't need to play it. You know what it sounds like. It sounds like an earworm fire. I'm also going to rank the boss music, because the boss music is pretty cool. Not enough for me to put it on my playlist, but pretty cool. And I rank the boss music because those are the only 2 songs I can remember from this doggone game. I'm gonna have to look up the rest, because my memory sucks! Alright, next up is Lava Powerhouse. I just listened to it. I'm not a fan of it. Better than stages 9 through 12 of Dr. Robotnik's Beam Machine. That is a weird statement. I don't think I'd ever thought I'd say that. But yeah, it's true. Next up is The Machine. Level 3. The level that I know most of us haven't seen more than like twice. And I have just one question for you. Are you ready to get down? Okay, that was a real good distraction. Hope you enjoyed that. One more song. It's the final countdown. Showdown. I read that wrong. It's the final showdown. I see. I think that's fair. This soundtrack is a C+. It's definitely like 1 grade below Sonic 1, because it only has half of its soundtrack is good. The other half is it's like, I'm saying C+ because I think I gave Sonic 1 a B-. I don't know. I made this part up on the fly. I wasn't even expected to do this. I don't know. But hey, we're done. This is my definitive tier list of every single Sonic stage music from the Sega Genesis. Again, I have to reiterate how bonkers it is that so much of this music is good. Over half of this music, I would argue 66% of this music, is on my playlist on Spotify, or at least it's going to be. I don't make promises that I'm going to do that. But seriously, there's so many great tracks just from the classic era. We haven't even touched like the adventure games, or the Boost era games, or the Game Boy games. Like, there's so much great music. If that's just one thing that I was reminded of from the Sonic 30th Anniversary Symphony, which again, if you're a Sonic fan, or if you're not, if you're a fan of good music, you need to check that out. So with that said, I would love to see your own list. Again, you can tag them to me at UniqueLovelessG on Twitter and Instagram. I would love to see your list. This list I actually had to make on my own. All the pictures, everything, I had to make that on my own. So I'm going to put a link to that below, so you can spend some time and actually do it for yourself. I would love to see what you would think in the comments below. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you there. It's just that this video has been on my plate for like 8 months now, so I'd rather give you an outro that's more current, if you don't mind. First off, I just want to say thank you so much for watching not only this video, but all the videos I've been putting out for the last month. If you haven't noticed, I've been working on making sure I upload as frequently as I possibly can, given my current life situation. And you guys have been showing up and showing out in ways I can't even begin to, express. Like, you guys are absolutely awesome, and I just want to firstly say thank you. Secondly, if you didn't know, I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/LovelessGamer. And I'm actually going to be streaming tonight. Yes, tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I normally stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 7 Central Standard Time, but I have prior engagements on Saturday, so I'm moving it up to Friday. Also, it'd be a good way for us to celebrate this video, talk about some of the opinions I spouted on here, which I, for the most part, still believe in, and we can talk about why it's called Hydrocity and not Hydro City. Why, yes, I am looking for violence. How did you know? And lastly, and certainly not least, I wanted to say thank you again, because I want you guys to know how grateful I am for you guys' viewership and for rocking with me. And I'm just glad I could give you some stuff that entertains you or helps you when it comes to the faith-based videos. Heck, when I say that last tier list video got views, I'm not really playing around. As of now, because I just checked it a little while ago, it's gotten over 1,800 views, which is mind-blowing to me. And I just, again, thank you guys so much. If you want more stuff like this, please like, please share, please comment. It's stuff like that that lets me know that what I'm doing is helpful to you and that it's something that you want. Also, it helps the YouTube algorithm and it just helps, guys. It just helps. Anyway, that's it. I'm glad I'm finally finished with this video so I can now do something else. So, until next time, I'm the LovelessGamer, and I believe that every music song deserves a little love. Still working on that outro. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.